Hey, hello everyone, welcome back on my channel. In this video I want to talk about my fitness journey, when did I start, how it went, so let's get right into it. I went for the first time in February 2023. Now while recording it's August 2024, so that's 1.5 years. When I first went I was 130 pounds or 60 kgs. And nowadays in August 2024 I'm 86 kgs, almost 87. So I've gained about 26 kgs in 1.5 years. So how did I do it? So when I started going to the gym, I didn't enjoy it that much, but I went with two of my best friends and they learned me a lot of stuff. They started going to the gym like half a year before me, so they weren't experienced in anything, but they knew more than me. So I eventually got a bit of addicted to the gym. I went twice a week, 3 times a week, and 4 times a week, and now I'm going 5 times a week. The process of going from 1 times a week to 5 times a week took like 8 months.
Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody, homie. What's on your mind, just do it. Because what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
Avanto, this shit wavy.
So now I want to talk about some tips that help me on the bulk. Let's start off with calorie dense foods. These foods have a lot of calories in it, obviously, and that means if you eat a small portion of this food you will put on much more weight than if you eat like a ton of lettuce or cucumber or tomatoes, because there's just way less calories in those foods. So this is a good tip, especially if you struggle with eating a lot. The next tip is also for people who don't like eating a lot of food. The thing is, you don't need to fucking eat a lot of food. If you drink your food, you don't eat it. Obvious. So drinking foods, how do you do this shit? You just put your food in a blender. You can make a bulk smoothie with like protein powder, pineapple, strawberry, bananas, raspberry, peanut butter. You can put like Greek yogurt, milk, anything in those smoothies and you'll drink like 2 liters of it. So basically a bulk smoothie with all these ingredients has the same amount of calories as like eating 8 eggs and like toast with bacon and stuff, and you probably can't eat that much in the morning. I can't, so I'll drink the calories, so I'll still get the calories in. Eating consistency. This means you eat multiple meals and you don't have big gaps between these meals. You should try to eat every 3 or 4 hours, and if you're sleeping, of course you can't do that. This is also a thing one of my best friends struggles with. He usually skips breakfast because he doesn't like eating in the morning, and he goes to sleep really late. So his first meal is really late in the day, and between his last meal and his first meal of the next day there's 12 to 14, 15 hours, and that's just a lot of time. He burns calories but doesn't have anything to burn. The next tip is bulking consistently. This means eating in a calorie surplus every week, every day. If you have 1 or 2 days a week where you don't eat in a surplus, but the other days you have a surplus that's big enough to compensate, that's fine. But if you eat in a deficit 1 week and a surplus the next, and you switch between those things, you're like going on a roller coaster and you're going fucking nowhere. The next point is a bit controversial because it's about junk food. A lot of people are really negative about junk food, and some people praise it, like Sam Sulek on his older blogs. He eats a ton of junk food, and I'm not for all of that.
Sam Sulik's full day of eating. How could such an intelligent human being eat such a horrendously awful diet? His first meal, 2 liters of chocolate milk. Over 1,800 calories. That's in meal 1 consumed at 10:30. Is this guy a baby? Why is he drinking 2 liters of chocolate milk for breakfast?
The calories are calories. That's pretty much always been my approach to it.
That is true when it comes to gaining weight or losing weight, but not when it comes to health. If you just eat a bunch of food, your body is going to be a body.
How many donuts are you eating?
I think 4.
I think junk food is a last-ditch effort. If you can gain weight with eating healthy, of course you should do it. But if you can't and you're struggling, implement the previous tips. And if you still can't, use junk food as a tool to gain weight. Also, not all junk food is the same. If you eat, for example, like 10 chicken wings from KFC without sauce or anything, of course there's some fat in it, but you also eat a lot of protein, and that's really helpful. By the way, I think a lot of people, maybe you too, eat way too much protein. If you want me to make a video on it, I'll do it in the future. The last tip is a bonus tip. This isn't as important, but it's still really important to gain weight and to put on muscle, because you want to put on muscle, you don't want to put on a ton of fat. This tip is going to the gym, training smart, doing the right exercises, hypertrophy, the right rep range, form. These things are all really important. But if you do the previous tips, you eat calorie dense food, you eat consistently through the day, you drink your calories, you eat some junk food once in a while to like compensate for a bad day of eating, and your bulk is consistent, you eat in a surplus every week, every day, then you're gonna gain weight. Even with a shitty training style or like a mediocre training style, I see a lot of people doing fucking stupid exercises. And those people don't look that small. It could be because they're on steroids.
I'm Michael Jordan. McDonald's restaurants have given me this time to talk to you about something we both really care about. Drugs.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
You never know when someone is on steroids. Could also be because those people just bulk correctly. And that's the most important part, in my opinion. The argument against not training properly and keeping a good bulk is if you're not a beginner lifter and you're intermediate or advanced, gaining weight and gaining muscle in particular will get harder, so your training will need to get better. But if you don't bulk in the beginning, you won't gain weight, and then you're going to stop even before you're intermediate or advanced. So I think doing a good bulk is the best thing to gain muscle and to look better. Of course, if you're fat, you shouldn't bulk. This is in general for skinny people or skinny fat people. So I think this was the video of today. If you have any questions, if you want me to help you on your bulk, I'm glad to help. So I also have an Instagram, TJ Sharky. You can follow that one and you can check what I eat in a day. So anyways, Sharky out. Later.